If you have an Android, check out BeatBridge. Now, I only pop in my Bluetooth earbuds mostly to listen to music. So, to speed up the process, this application basically resumes your music automatically when a specific Bluetooth device is connected. So, if you regularly connect to the same Bluetooth device, whether your car stereo, earbuds, speakers or headphones, you just choose one of your paired Bluetooth devices, leave the app running, and from then on, it sends a standard Android Media Play command whenever that device reconnects. So whether you use Spotify, YouTube Music, or your go-to offline music player application, or any media app entirely, it simply listens for Bluetooth connection. So you get to select that media application as well, and playback can continue from the application automatically without you touching your phone. That means your phone can be in your pocket and playback can resume. You only need to pop in your earbuds in your ears or connect your Bluetooth device to your phone. The app is free and open source, it works offline, pretty lightweight and works super well. Next up is Temp Contact. It solves a problem most of us ignore until our contact app becomes a mess. It basically gives contacts an expiry date from the moment you save them. Maybe contacts of a delivery driver, a repair guy, marketplace seller, or a random contact you had to save for a period, but they end up sitting in your phone book long after you are done talking to them. In the app, you can set how long you need the number for with preset times like 1 day, 7 days, 30 days, and once that time is up, the contact gets moved out of your main list automatically. So yeah, you can save it here and it will show up in your main contact list as well. So it's not just a separate list. Expired contacts are archived instead of instantly deleted, so you will still have a backup if you need to check an old number later, and after 30 days they are removed completely. The app also keeps everything local on your device, which is good since you are dealing with personal contacts and call logs. It's a pretty cool, clean and simple utility application, quick setup process, nothing complicated, and you can even import already existing contacts here and put them on a deadline too. Now check out this incredible live wallpaper application. It is called Interactive Live Wallpaper. It uses vector-based animations that actually react when you touch the screen. You can tap and swipe elements, while some wallpapers also include built-in clocks, battery indicators, and even day and night changes depending on the time. You've got game themes like Flappy Bird, Mario, and cassette themes and more, while still displaying the time. The results feel more alive than the usual moving backgrounds you see on other live wallpaper applications. And despite all the visual effects, it is still practical too. The wallpapers run smoothly at 60 FPS, but the app keeps things lightweight by downloading themes only when you want them. And once downloaded, everything works offline. So instead of locking wallpapers behind subscriptions, the app uses a watch to download system where you get to view a short ad and unlock what you want to set. And here is another simple utility application you might appreciate. It is called SnapTile. It is free and open source and actually feels like the kind of utility Android should have built in. So instead of always taking a full screen screenshot just to crop and annotate something, it has a quick settings style that instantly gives you multiple capture options. You can grab a full screenshot immediately, crop a specific region like the window snipping tool, or jump straight into built-in editor for drawing and annotations. The snipping mode is especially well thought out too. You can resize the selection box, move it around, or quickly redraw it without restarting the whole process. The Paint editor keeps things simple but genuinely useful. You get undo and redo controls, different brush sizes, a 4-color palette, and everything saves as lossless PNG files directly to your gallery without reducing image quality. More importantly, the app works offline. It is pretty lightweight too. It just brings a different approach to taking screenshots. And then we have Gradient Weather. I love this clean material thread design style, the bold weather degree at the top, and the neat arrangement that follows. For the entire theme, you can choose weather, which changes based on the weather, or select material, which goes with the default theming. And it also looks perfect in both light and dark themes too. Underneath the visuals, you get hourly and 7-day forecasts, detailed weather cards for things like pollen, sea conditions, UV index, air quality, and even a live sunrise arc. The alert system is also surprisingly flexible, letting you track everything from frost warnings to high pollen levels and incoming rain. It includes a live map and it's a standard weather application with a modern interface. It comes with a home screen widget too, which displays a 7-day forecast as well. The next app is called Atmosia, and it's a sound application and it's really well designed. It actually does a good job making the soundscapes feel more personal. It lets you build your own atmosphere by mixing sounds together and adjusting each one separately. So instead of playing a single loop in the background, you can have heavy and faint thunder in the distance, combine train sounds with a soft fan noise for sleeping, or recreate the feeling of working in a quiet coffee shop. All these predefined mixes under categories like focus and work, travel and environments, deep sleep, relax and nature, and you can go into each predefined mix and adjust the volumes of each sound individually. The library is surprisingly large too, with more than 80 sounds covering rain, nature, animals, transport, and indoor environments, all available for free. Plus, you can start from scratch and create your own mixes from the huge library of sounds. There is also a built-in timer that fades sounds out gradually. The UI is clean, easy to use, it works smoothly, plus you can go premium when you sign in, but you get more than enough on the free version. The next app is called AlarmFlow. Now, if you're someone who constantly changes routines during the week, this one saves a surprising amount of time. It is basically an alarm application, but approaches it with this feature called alarm groups. So instead of turning individual alarms on and off every day, you can bundle them into categories like work, gym, classes, or weekends, and control the entire setup with a single tap. And there can be many use cases for this. Let's say you have schedules that fill up on the weekends, you can create those alarms and bundle them into one group. So you can easily turn all those alarms on at once when the weekend comes by simply turning on the alarm group. The app also mixes standard recurring alarms with calendar style scheduling, so you can create alarms for specific future dates without needing another reminder application. It also includes a timer and a stopwatch, and on top of that, the overall experience stays clean and lightweight and smooth. Let me know if this is an alarm application you've been looking for down in the comment section. Next is Lockify. It's basically a vault application that can disguise itself as well. And while there are similar applications like this out there, most look outdated and claim to protect your files. But many of them are filled with ads, require cloud accounts, or simply hide files instead of properly encrypting them. Lockify stores your photos, videos, PDFs, and personal documents inside an encrypted vault that works completely offline. It can also be disguised as a calculator, so you will need to set unlock passwords and even add extra fingerprint authentication. Your files are encrypted before they are saved, so they can't be accessed just by renaming folders or browsing through storage. You can select to import files, neatly organize them into folders like videos, photos, documents, or anyhow you like to organize them. And you have a duration of 2 minutes to select and import files, else you have to re-authenticate and start again. You also get auto lock when the screen turns off, an encrypted backup and restore so you don't lose your files if you switch devices. Again, it's a familiar idea, but Lockify keeps it clean and practical. And for the music lovers, Photovibe is an application that builds Spotify playlists directly from your photos. So you get to select up to 10 images, and the app analyzes the lighting, the atmosphere, colors, and overall emotion to generate songs that match the feeling of those moments. So for a warm, cozy environment, it can lead to cool, chill tracks, while a rainy window shot could lead to softer, lo-fi or piano tracks. You can preview songs directly in the app or open them in Spotify. Well, it didn't work with YouTube or YouTube Music in my testing, even though it shows YouTube as part of the supported music apps. So if you love music that suits your environment, you can use this application for that. It is free and also has a premium version. You get a few free generations immediately without needing an account, and premium users can stream full tracks through Spotify integration. And then we have this game application called 100. The goal is straightforward. Tap numbers in order as quickly as possible, but when all numbers are scattered randomly across the screen, your brain suddenly switches into full search mode, trying to spot the next number before your eye loses track of it. The game starts gently with a smaller 1 to 50 mode, that is the easy mode, and then the medium mode goes from 1 to 100 numbers scattered, and then there is the hard mode, which also goes from 1 to 100, but the numbers will be rotated. There is a timer that starts immediately you tap on a mode to play. It becomes a real test of focus and reaction speed. And what helps to keep the game engaging is the small progress system around it. You earn coins after every round, which can be used for hints when you get stuck. And the history tracker makes it easy to keep chasing faster completion times. There is also a delete mode where numbers can disappear entirely instead of fading out when you see and tap it, which changes the pace more than you'd expect because the board constantly shifts visually as you play. The entire app interface is clean too, well designed with no ads. The next app on the list is called Morning Glory, and this is an alarm application but takes a very different approach compared to most alarm apps on Android. Maybe you don't like complicated alarm apps. Here, instead of giving you endless options, complicated schedules, and dozens of alarm profiles, this one keeps things intentionally simple with just 2 dedicated alarms, one for sleep and one for naps. But it could be for anything. The sleep alarm supports both exact times and countdown style scheduling. So there is an option called At, which lets you set an exact time, and there is In, which lets you set a duration. While the nap section gives you quick preset durations for those short daytime rests. Again, it could be for anything. Let's say a productivity session and break times, for example, even though it is built around sleep and nap sessions. There's also QR code scanning to dismiss alarm if you struggle with turning alarms off half asleep and going right back into bed, forcing you to physically get up and scan a QR code before the alarm stops. And the app supports custom ringtones and even random ringtone selections. It further lets you set a maximum number of snoozes, adjust snooze duration. I love the simplicity and the standout sleep and nap approach, given the fact that there are tons of alarm applications. The next app is called Mediaxon, and if you still keep a local music library on your phone like I do, this is basically an offline music player application that supports pretty much every common audio format you can think of. And again, if you don't like too much features but want a simple modern application to listen to your music locally, this is fast and straightforward with a clean layout. You get your tabs arranged at the bottom with easy access to your folders. It has a side panel too that houses the sleep timer tool, playlists, and aside local music playback, it is also a radio application. It gives you access to thousands of online radio stations from around the world with surprisingly good search and sorting options. You can browse radio stations from your region, add favorite stations, queue multiple stations, or even mix them into playlists along your local music. And since the app uses the radiobrowser.info database, the station library keeps growing as users add more stations over time. And honestly, the best part is that all of this is completely free, no locked features, no subscriptions. One feature I really like is the built-in tag editor, which lets you clean up song names, albums, and metadata without needing a separate application. But if you like to manage your own local music library and love to edit metadata, then the next application called Metadator is a straightforward open source metadata editor for music files. It lets you edit song tags directly on your phone using TagLib, so it works with common formats like MP3 and other popular audio files without much hassle. The interface follows Material U design, which keeps things clean and familiar if you are using a recent Android device. It is simple to use. You open a song, adjust the details, and save. You can add custom album arts, add lyrics, and other embedded information like crediting composers, adding comments, and more. And while you're at it, it also serves as a music player too with a clean now-playing screen. The next app is another useful tool called Frame Grabber, and it solves a problem that a lot of people still deal with in the wrong way, taking blurry screenshots from videos. Even though it might be faster by just pausing a video and hoping your phone captures a clean image, this app lets you extract the exact frame directly from the video in its original quality. Whether it is HD, 4K, or even higher resolution footage, the exported image keeps the sharpness and detail from the original file. The app supports common formats like MP4, MOV, 3GP, and the frame-by-frame navigation makes it easy to land on perfect moment with proper precision. So for creators making thumbnails, photographers pulling stills from videos, or even you are just trying to save a good family photo from a holiday recording, what I like here is that the app keeps things simple without stripping away useful features. You can export images as PNG or JPEG, process multiple frames quickly, and share them straight to other applications. There are no watermarks, no ads popping up everywhere, and no account setup before you use the application. Everything also runs locally on your device, which is good for privacy and makes processing feel fast. It is also a modern application with a Material U design. And then we have TwitX, which is also a tool for creators, educators, designers. It's a simple tool for creating fake but realistic looking X, formerly Twitter, tweet cards. So instead of using real posts, you can build everything from scratch, set a display name, handle, profile photo, and write tweets up to 280 characters. You also get full control over engagement numbers like likes, reposts, views, and bookmarks, plus options to switch between light and dark themes, add a verified badge, and even set a custom timestamp. Everything updates in real time as you build, so you can see exactly how the final card will look before exporting. And beyond single tweets, the app also includes a full profile generator where you can design entire fictional accounts with banners, bios, follower counts, location details, and more. It is useful for UI mockups, storytelling, or some kind of lesson materials, or even presentation visuals where you need social media examples without using real accounts. And once you are done, you can export everything as PNG or JPEG, and it saves directly to your phone, with a small history section keeping your last few creations for quick reuse. And there is no login or internet required. It is simply built for educational and creative purposes, so keep that in mind. And you will also love this video containing 10 impressive free and open source applications, so click on this card to watch that. Don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and as always, thank you for watching.